All right, everybody, it's 2 p.m. Eastern time, so we're going to go ahead and get rolling here. Welcome to the call, everyone. Hope you've had a great day today. Hope you've had a great week. Appreciate you taking time to jump on the call today. Definitely think it's going to be worth your time. For those that were on the call with us yesterday at 2 p.m., this is kind of like the part two, if you will. But if you weren't on the call yesterday, don't sweat it. You can go look at the recording on our YouTube page, and I'm sure Phil will give a quick recap here in just a second of what we talked about yesterday. But for anyone that was new to the call, if you weren't on yesterday or on any of our previous calls, for those that don't know me, my name is Phil Lamar. I'm one of the marketing directors here with ACMG. And for those that don't know ACMG, maybe this is your first call you've jumped on with us, it stands for American Central Marketing Group. And you may be asking, what are we? What do we do? Glad you asked. We are an FMO. And in fact, we are proud to be one of the biggest FMOs in the country. We work with thousands upon thousands of agents, brokers, agencies, call centers all over all 50 states. And our whole mission as an FMO really at the end of the day is to serve you. That's our whole goal is to help you build your business in any way we can. And we help with that in a couple ways. Number one, first and foremost, we offer the top commission structures in the business. So for any carrier you can think of, we do offer top commissions, top commission schedules. So it doesn't matter if you're a GA, an MGA, maybe you're an FMO yourself. We do offer top contracts for you. Secondly, we also offer day one vesting, advanced commissions, appointed and paid directly by carriers. We have lead programs. We have incentives for bonuses, trips. We have all kinds of different bells and whistles that we offer, as well as top products, top carriers, top technology platforms in the business. And today's call is going to be going over some of those very things. So before we do that, I want to also introduce my partner, the owner and founder of ACMG is on the call with us today, Rob. Thanks for being with us, Rob. And I'm going to introduce Phil with Allstate here in just a second. If you, like I said, if you weren't on the call yesterday, we've been talking about what Allstate has to offer. And many of you probably previously have probably heard of National General. It's now officially Allstate across the board. Their commercial lines, their group business, their individual business, it's Allstate. It's now all Allstate. And if you're asking, is that a good thing? It absolutely is. It's basically National General and Allstate having a married relationship, and you have that big massive brand of Allstate backing all of the products now. So it's a household name. Everybody knows Allstate. Everybody knows the brand and the commercials. So it's basically taking an awesome product, marrying it with an awesome brand. So it just makes it even better. So today we're going to be talking about how Allstate can help your clients, can help your book of business when it comes to ancillary products. I'm talking dental, we're talking vision, cancer policies, critical illness policies, supplements that help your clients manage their out-of-pocket expenses with their health insurance. So hope you're ready to learn about some awesome products, some awesome ways that you can take care of your clients. So Phil, go ahead and take it away.
All right, Phil, thank you so much. Let me just pull this up here. Share screen. All right, just let me know. You can see this?
Yes, sir. It just popped up. We can see it.
Okay. All right, great. So thank you, Phil. Thank you, Rob. Appreciate you folks for allowing me to get in front of the agents. Thank you to the agents. I know this is a crazy busy time, so I appreciate it. So we're here today to talk about supplemental products that people buy to help them afford to use their health insurance. So I'm guessing that there's about 3 different types of groups of agents on the line today. Some of you are already have been promoting supplemental products with your customers, and you're probably on the call today to pick up a tip or two, and we definitely have something for you. The second group is going to be folks that have never broached the supplemental products conversation with their customer, and they're looking to figure out how to do it. And then there could be a third group of you folks that you vowed to sell supplemental every year and never did it yet. So I think hopefully this is going to be your year. So I'm not an expert at this stuff. I just know when it works right and you're comfortable as the agent, this can double your income on top of your health insurance commissions. So with that said, let's roll. If you have a question today, please just use the chat box. We'll address all the questions at the end. So this is my team. My team is based all over the country. We have many years of experience in the health insurance space, and I think that we can be a good resource for all of you. So what happens when you just sell the health insurance to your customer? Your customer is sitting on a one-legged stool. And if you know anything about one-legged stools, you have to use balance to sit on one. So I guess the theme here would be, don't let your customer be sitting on a one-legged stool. You need the two other legs to have a stool that's stable. And if you don't have supplemental products, then it's your wallet that's really balancing you. And it just take a quick step back. I mean, the bronze out of pocket for 2023 is $9,100. I mean, I make a good living. I would be scrambling around trying to find $9,100 to cover my out of pocket. And I don't think it's fair to the customer. So that's just a preview, so we're all on the same page. This is really the presentation. So what's going to happen is I'm going to tell you about these products, and I'm going to show you how they all work together in the quoting software. And at the end of the PowerPoint, I have some conversation starter tips that hopefully will help you get comfortable. So off we go here. So the first product I want to talk to you about today is our fixed benefit indemnity product. The name of the product is Access. So the Access plan allows your customer to use any doctor, any hospital. There is a network. It's the First Health Network. I'll talk about it a little bit later. This is a zero deductible health insurance plan that can cover your customer to age 65. So who is this good for? This is good for people who can't afford traditional health insurance. It's also good for people who don't want a $9,100 deductible, because this plan has a zero deductible. It is not suitable for the groups you see there at the bottom, especially if your customer is eligible for a large Affordable Care Act subsidy. All right, so this is an overview of the plan. Basically, you can see what we do upon hospital admission. There's a set dollar amount for admission, and then as you see here in the middle, there's a per day confinement payout to your customer that can range, we see here in the middle, anywhere from $2,000 to $4,000 per day. Up to 60 days per year. And then it's a similar benefit for injury. And then this plan also covers a healthcare practitioner visit, which would just be when a doctor visit in the hospital. So when they come in your room to help run up your bill, this gives cash to cover those doctor visits in the hospital. As you can see, we do all these plans are simplify issue, except for the far right one. We do have a guarantee issue option. The benefits under the Access plan grow year over year. So if we were looking at the Enhanced Plus plan, it's this green one here on the far right, you can see that the benefit starts at $3,000 per year for daily hospital confinement due to sickness. But in the third year, you can see here that the benefit grows to $4,500 per day. Now that's for sickness. There's a separate benefit for for injury. Now, you may be looking at this grid saying, hey, Phil, I live in a very metropolitan area, and it could be possible that my customer could hit a hospital that's going to charge more than the dollar amount that you see here. For example, I don't know if you can see my cursor, but my cursor's hovering over the $6,000 number. When customers buy this plan, they typically buy a hospital indemnity plan to go on top of this. a critical illness benefit, and oftentimes an accident plan to create a circle of protection for the customer. It's important to note that the rates for this plan don't increase every year like traditional health insurance. Even though we reserve the right to raise these rates, we never have. So I've never heard of a health insurance plan that never has a rate increase. It's a really unique product. All right. We also have a surgical benefit. So if you're familiar with these type of plans and you've sold them in the past, many of our competitors have what I call a surgical benefit schedule that they don't like to give out too often because the dollar amounts are pretty low. So what I like about our plan is it's straight up. We pay just using the enhanced. I always like to talk about the richest plan. So if you're looking at the Enhanced Plus plan, we give $10,000 for a tier 1 surgery and $5,000 for a tier 2 surgery. Now you might be asking yourself, Phil, what's the difference between a tier 1 and tier 2? It's super simple. Tier 1 are expensive surgeries and tier 2 are less expensive surgeries. It also has an outpatient surgery benefit. We also cover assistant surgeons, and it's broken down again by tier 1 and tier 2. And then if your customer is getting outpatient surgery, there's a benefit for that. We'll also cover anesthesia in tier 1 and tier 2 as well, along with anesthesia, which, as you know, a lot of the times the anesthetist isn't part of the network, and you wind up going to the hospital and you get a zinger bill, a big zinger surprise bill from the anesthesia folks. So it's nice that the plan provides all these benefits. And you can see here also covers office visits. So again, sticking with the Enhanced Plus, this customer would get $150 per office visit. And then the number of office visits that we cover grows year over year until you get to 9 visits on the Enhanced Plus plan. There's also a preventive benefit for some of these plans. And we do also offer an urgent care benefit that you can see here on the bottom. All right, there's also testing, radiology, lab work. And if your client's unlucky enough to go to the hospital and only be put in observation, 2 of these plans actually cover an observation benefit. We'll cover ground and air ambulance and emergency room benefit you can see here at the bottom. It just goes on and on. There's also a prescription benefit. Several of the plans have a $15 per fill denoted here at the bottom. And the enhanced plan also has a benefit for skilled nursing, home health care, and hospice. As I mentioned earlier, a customer can use any doctor, any hospital, or they could use the First Health Network. Obviously, if they use the First Health Network, their dollar is going to go a lot further. So just one more word on this plan. You can, sorry to make you dizzy going backwards here, but you can buy this plan as primary health insurance, and then you can promote all the supplemental benefits around it to create a really strong package. Or if your client's young enough, you can use this as a super gap plan that lays underneath the customer's primary health insurance and spits out cash that all these amounts you see here that the customer can use to cover their health insurance plan. Using it as a gap really works best if your customer's like 45 years or younger. If you're trying to use it as a gap over that amount, sometimes it gets a little pricey. All right, so let me zoom forward here. Let's see, and then here's just a recap. 0 deductible, set dollar amounts, no network you must use, or you could use the network and your customer's dollar goes a little further. This plan does not cover pre-existing conditions in the first 12 months, but the pre-existing condition drops off after the first 12 months. All right, you're all experts. Here's the state availability grid. It's primarily in the East Coast and central part of the United States. Next product is hospital expense protection. So this is going to pay your customer cash once per year if they're hurt or sick and they're hospitalized. Has 6 different benefit levels. There is no network. So it's cash to your customer once a year if they get sick, injured, or hurt. Whoops. Uh-oh. There we go. So here's a look at some of the benefits. Again, focusing on the richest plan, Plan F. If I had this plan, I'm going to get $3,000 once per year if I'm hospitalized, plus $150 a day for sickness and or injury. If I'm in the ICU for sickness or injury, I'll also have $1,000 a day kicker for that type of situation. Plan F also reimbursed for office visits, $75. And that's 2 visits per year. This plan also has an observation unit and it has a lab and x-ray benefit. So you could see how this would work well with the Access plan, but this would also work well if you just had an Affordable Care Act plan or if you had a group medical plan. This provides peace of mind for folks whose biggest fear is, my biggest fear is I'm going to get sick and have to hit my out of pocket. So I don't want to do that. I've purchased a hospital indemnity plan myself through Allstate. And because I just don't want to fork over my $4,500 to the local hospital. There's also an emergency room benefit. There's a ground ambulance, but also an air ambulance benefit. So if you're an agent that's ever worked in this space, this is a huge air ambulance benefit at $25,000. So if you've ever been airlifted yourself or you've have a friend that's been airlifted, those airlift rides are crazy expensive, and 25 grand is going to put a big dent in that bill. So it's a very nice feature, in my opinion. Okay, here's the state availability map for the hospital expense protection. As you can see, it bears a close resemblance to the Access state availability or the available states. They line up well. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, we have the Select Dental series. So Select Dental series has no waiting period. If you got bad teeth, you can buy this today and get your bad teeth fixed tomorrow. It also has a copay feature, which has a flat dollar amount that the customer pays, either a $50 copay for an inexpensive dental procedure or a $250 copay for an expensive dental treatment. So the Select Dental copay provides treatment certainty. Because if I asked all you folks today that have dental insurance, if I said, hey, you need a tooth extraction, do you know how much that's going to cost you? Most of you would have no idea. And it's not because you don't know any better. It's because dental is kind of murky. It's never clear up front. So with the Select Dental copay, you know what you're getting. It's either $50 or $250. If you take the Select option, there is a 6-month wait for major. We use the Aetna Dental Administrator Network that's turned on nationally for service. This is one of the few products we offer that will do child only. It also comes with a vision benefit. The vision benefit is made available through Avisus. Avisus is a company that's owned by Guardian. And if you're familiar with insurance companies, Guardian's one of the best. And the benefit to the Vision Network, it has every single major chain in America, including Sam's Club and Walmart. So here's a look at the benefits. It's similar to some of our other plans where the benefit grows year over year. So I always like to look at the Prime plan, which is the most expensive plan, or the richest plan, I should say. Starts at $2,000 maximum from day one. And by the 3rd year, it's a $3,000 maximum. I mean, take a step back and think about it. $3,000 is richer than most people's group dental plan. So no waiting period, strong network, rich benefits. And actually the richest plan actually covers $1,000 for child orthodontic treatment. So here is a approval map for where this product can be sold. We also have a senior version of this that I'll show you in just a minute or so. I mentioned the dental copay. I told you folks that it's either $50 or $250, depending on whether it's an expensive treatment or not. This plan starts at $3,000 maximum. So you could be asking yourself right now, really, when would I use one over the other? You would use the dental copay for people that want that treatment pricing certainty and are willing to wait the 6-month wait for major. All right, I think you folks get what I'm saying there. And here's a availability map for the select dental copay plan. Dental is the easiest supplement that any of you folks can tackle. And the reason is because most people value having dental insurance. I spent years and years talking customers out of dental insurance because it really was most of them are a waste of money. You're going to pay in more in premium than they're ever going to get back in benefit. In 30 years in the business, this is the richest dental plan I've seen. All right, so we have an accident plan. This particular accident plan is called the Plan Enhancer. It has varying levels of benefit that start at $2,500, but go all the way up to $17,500 per accident, less the $250 deductible. And in most states, the Plan Enhancer has 2 riders. The Plan Enhancer has a cancer, heart, and stroke rider. Both the accident and the cancer, heart, stroke rider are guarantee issue. The Plan Enhancer also has a sickness hospitalization rider that does ask 3 health history questions. So what's interesting about the Plan Enhancer is the deductible decreases the longer your customer keeps the plan. So in year 1, it starts at $250, but once you get to year 3, the accident deductible is 0. You'll also see the ground ambulance rises in year 3 to $900. Now, this particular benefit is what we call the plus, and the plus is only available in the states you see here in the bottom. But the actual Plan Enhancer product is approved in many more states, and I think I have a map for that. Oh, there you go. Yeah, so this is all the states where Plan Enhancer is available, and these states here are just the ones that have the benefit that grows over time. All right. So we also have another accident plan called TrioMed. I like TrioMed so much, I own it. I own the policy myself. So TrioMed is the same thing. I'll just demystify these acronyms here. AME simply stands for accident medical expense. Many of you folks know CI stands for critical illness, and hopefully all of you know AD&D stands for accidental death and dismemberment. So there's 3 guarantee issue options on the TrioMed. TrioMed, very similar to the Plan Enhancer, has a $250 deductible. The critical illness benefit is paid out on diagnosis, not treatment. So the second that your customer can prove to us that they've received that diagnosis, we pay out the cash. We pay out cash for 15 different types of critical illnesses, and we break. And I think I have a grid for this. We break the payouts into 3 different categories. So you could, let's pretend you buy the $5,000 benefit. You could get cancer and have the $5,000 benefit payout. And then God forbid, a couple months later, you have a heart trouble, you could get another payout of $5,000. So it's a pretty rich benefit. It does come with our Life Association membership, which gives your customers access to telemedicine that's free to use and unlimited visits, a discount prescription drug card, and a gym benefit that allows you to access over 7,000 gyms in America at a $25 a month fee. Oh, okay. Here's the 15 conditions. So in my example, It's a terrible example, but here it comes, folks. I have a heart attack this week. I get my $5,000. Next week, I get invasive cancer. I get another $5,000. And in the third year, the most unluckiest month ever, I get a coma. I would get another $5,000. So it's a pretty liberal benefit. And again, I like it so much. I own this myself. Here's the state availability grid for TrioMed. We also offer cancer, heart, and stroke coverage. Cancer, heart, and stroke coverage is available in most states, and it simply pays out a lump sum in the amounts you see here, anywhere from 25 to 75,000. Use any doctor, it doesn't matter. And again, we pay out the cash upon diagnosis, not treatment. Here's the state availability grid for cancer, heart, and stroke. We also have a simplify issue critical illness product that has benefit amounts ranging up to $100,000. If your customer checks no to the health history questions, we automatically issue the coverage. The critical illness does come with a 10-year term life insurance benefit that equals the face amount of the critical illness. And here's the availability map for critical illness. All right. So for those of you who don't know, we have a senior portfolio of products, including Medicare Supplement, dental, vision, hearing, and senior indemnity. So for those of you who aren't familiar with Allstate's Medicare Supplement, our Medicare Supplement is super competitive in most states. Our claim to fame is that we have these premium discounts that you see here in the top of the page. Some of these are completely unheard of. We offer a 10% discount for folks who are willing to pay annually for their Medicare Supplement, an activity tracker discount, and a household discount, and a dual applicant discount. In addition to the discounts, our Medicare Supplement is a super easy process. It's a 5-minute online application. You can use passphrase for the verification, so you're not trading emails with your customer when they're trying to e-sign it, and the customer's telling you, I can't see the email. That's probably never happened to you, but it's happened to me. So we use passphrase. So I could simply say, hey, Mrs. Smith, what's your maiden name? She says it's Jones. I type in Jones, it's done. We have immediate temporary ID cards. So within 5 minutes of the approval on the application, you can go into our quoting engine and pull down a temporary ID card that you can email to your customer. For underwritten applications, we offer instant decision. Instant decision simply means that over 85% of our underwritten applications are approved right on the spot when you're done the application. And the reason that allows us to do that is live underwriting in the application. So 85% approval rate for underwritten Medicare Supplement apps, it's a pretty good deal. So if you're in that space, I just ask that you give it a try, and I think you would like it, as long as you're open to working with a carrier that's easy to work with. And you can see the Medicare Supplements in most states except New England and Washington State. We offer, I mentioned this earlier, a senior version of the no waiting period dental plan. This is for ages 55 to 99. And again, it comes with that vision network benefit through Avisis and a hearing benefit that comes with, it comes with the dental vision hearing plan. And what's important to note about the dental vision hearing plan for seniors is the richest plan covers dentures and implants. So it's a very rich plan. If you're in the Medicare space, this is something you should definitely consider. We also offer a senior indemnity plan. So this is really good for folks who might have a Medicare Advantage plan. And if you're familiar with the Medicare Advantage plans, they're pay-as-you-go plans. So it might be free to have it. It ain't free to use it. So the senior indemnity might be a good fit. Also good for someone that might have a Medicare supplement plan N or a high F, where they have an out-of-pocket that they would like to cover. This is also good for people who aren't yet eligible for Medicare. You might have a foreigner or someone that doesn't have enough time paid into Medicare and they have to wait. This might be a product that you could consider. It is medically underwritten. That's the takeaway. The takeaway, it's medically underwritten. It is simplify issue. You check no, you're going to get it. The give back is it's richer than any other senior or hospital indemnity plan I've ever seen. So it's worth checking out, again, if you're in that space. All right. So let's get into some strategical phrases and thoughts here. So why would you ever want to talk about supplemental benefits to your customer, right? Number one's easy. I do love all my customers and I actually care about them, and I don't want to see them worried about how they're going to cover their out-of-pocket, right? Other things that you need to know is there's people who simply can't afford to use their coverage. Their plan to cover their out-of-pocket is they hope they don't have to use it. That's terrible. That's terrible. Another reason you'd want to consider doing this is, and I don't know why this is, but there's a whole lot of agents out there who specialize in selling health insurance to people. And then when they're done, they just wave goodbye and the customer walks out the door and the agent's proud of themselves, but they're only half as good as they could have been if they're willing to broach the subject and open up a conversation about the supplemental products. The cardinal rule on this, folks, is that no one is ever going to ask you about these products because they just don't know, that they exist, right? So how do we start the conversation? So this first one is more of like a caring statement. Hey, hey, Phil, I don't want to see you walk out the door until we have this conversation. I don't care what your decision is once we have the conversation, but you and I need to have it, right? The second one is, I kind of like this one because it's not even a question, it's a statement, right? I go, hey, Phil, when I sell people the health insurance, like I just sold you, they often take an accident, a sickness, hospitalization, or a critical illness to go with it. And then I just shut up. I don't say anything. And I just get the customer to react. And they could say anything. Customers will say anything. They could say, I love it. Tell me more. I hate it. I'm not giving you another dollar today. I got to go. My dog's barking, whatever it is, right? The third one is good. It's pretty simple. Hey, Phil, what's your plan to cover the out-of-pocket if, God forbid, you have to use this health insurance? And like I was mentioning earlier, over 90% of the time, they're going to say, gee, I hope I don't have to use it, right? And then I have to tell Phil, you have a crappy plan because you have no plan, right? This fourth one here has become my favorite over time. Who's your cancer policy with? What's the customer going to say? What are you talking about? Right? I love it. That one came from a guy named Greg Carter in North Carolina. The guy makes a fortune selling supplemental plans to seniors and under 65. He just loves it. And once you start this, folks, you'll never stop. All right. The second to last one is good, because I think the big mistake a lot of agents make is they wait till they put the health insurance to bed. Then they want to have this conversation about supplemental. We'll just flip the script. Just be like, hey, Phil, look, before we get into the health insurance, no matter where you go, like today, we're hoping we're going to find an Affordable Care Act plan that fits your needs, right? But you might not have that plan forever. Maybe you get eligible for a spouse's plan, a group health plan through your spouse someday. Who knows what's going to happen? And unless you get a job where they have crazy rich benefits, which I don't even know where those jobs are these days, you're going to have something that covers the out-of-pocket. So if you don't mind, Phil, can we start today to talk about supplemental products and then do the health insurance? Okay. This last one is use the flyer. So I just have to make a WEO list here. I have a flyer that just has, on one piece of paper, it just says accident, dental, critical illness, cancer, heart, stroke, and the customer could just look at the flyer and decide for themselves if they have any interest. So these are pretty good conversation starters. I would just caution you, because we've been doing this for years at my level as a wholesaler, trying to get agents to talk about this stuff. And early on, we used to go, well, 40% of the people you're going to meet this week have a family history of cancer, right? It's really not the way to go. Something bad happening to you down the road. It's you get what I'm trying to say. People buy emotionally. Don't present them with a whole lot of facts. It's easier if you get the customer in a position where they see value in this and they're saying, gee, I don't know what I'm going to do to cover this out of pocket, right? Let's see what else we have here. This third one is a little crazy, but just picture yourself. I mean, let's just do myself. I'm laying on the floor of my living room. There's red and blue lights flashing through the window, right? Means there's an ambulance in the front driveway here. What am I thinking about? Well, the first thing Phil Mishler's thinking about is, am I going to die? Right? If I'm going to die, I'm not worried about my out of pocket. But if I'm not going to die, out of pockets is the second thing that comes up. I'm like, holy cow, right? How am I going to cover this $4,500? You don't want to let your customer in a situation like this. But if you have to have them picture themselves laying on the floor in the laying on the carpet in the living room, do it. The other one that's good is you could just say, hey, Phil, these are products people buy before they need them, right? And then Phil could show you how smart he is by saying, oh, geez, maybe I should get this now, right? Or maybe Phil's a risk taker and he doesn't want to get it now. All right. Phil, do we have any questions?
Hey, sorry, my mic was muted. Yes, we do have some questions. First of all, Phil, that was a great presentation. You made me laugh a couple of times here.
That's my goal. I want to have fun with this. We can't take insurance too seriously. We'll jump out a window.
I'm here for it, man. All right. So yes, we do have some questions here. So I want to start off with this first of all. For anyone, my partner Rob put it in there already, but a lot of people always ask this, and we'll make it really simple. If you would like to get this presentation, if you were like, hey, I want this recording, I want to watch this again, or maybe you jumped on halfway through the call, well, this is super easy. All you have to do is open up YouTube, and if you type in the search bar American Central Marketing Group, you'll find this recording on our YouTube page once we post it, and you'll also find every other one of our recordings we've ever done. So that's how you can go back to get this recording. And as far as contracting, appointing, commissions go, all you need to do is email us. That simple. And our email's in there. You can see, I'll put it in there again for those that aren't seeing it. It's the top of your chat box. If you open up the chat box, you'll see it there in just a second here. But it's agent services at acmgsales.com. Again, it's agent services at acmgsales.com. So you can just email us over. We'll get you appointed. We'll get you your commission schedules. You're like, what is that? What are we at? That is all just going to depend on your operation. Email us over. Let us know. Are you an FMO? Are you an MGA? Are you a GA? Are you a senior agent? Do you have agents on your team? Is that 5, 10, 15, 100 agents? Let us know, and we will make sure we pull our weight to get you that top contract that you're eligible for, okay? So let's do some questions here. Let's start with this one here from Porter. Porter has several questions today, so let's start with this first one. Yep, can you shave a copy of the webinar? Already said, just go to our YouTube page. Porter asked, what are the issue ages for, let's just say in general, all the supplement products we went over, the ancillaries?
So most of our products are issue age 18 to 64. The senior products, obviously, is 65 plus, except for the senior dental vision hearing, that's 55 to 100. And the cancer, heart, and stroke is 18 to 59. And then we do offer child-only policies for short-term medical and the no waiting period dental and one accident plan. So hopefully that answers the question.
Yes, sir. I'd say so. Next question from Sabrina. What is the underwriting weight limits for health access? One of the supplements or the fixed indemnities.
300 pound. If you're 300 or over and a male, you're a decline. If you are 250 and over for female, it's a decline. So it's a pretty easy chart. It's not even a chart. It's just a threshold, and it's the exact same for our short-term medical product.
Excellent. Thank you, Phil. Porter asked, this is a question, you might not know this. When will you add Kansas to the portfolio of services for senior dental? Okay, so it's two questions. When will you add Kansas?
Okay.
Secondly, for senior dental, are implants covered?
Okay, so going backwards, if you buy the richest dental vision hearing plan for seniors, implants and dentures are covered services, subject to the plan maximum. Kansas, we filed this product in every state except for New York. So ultimately, at some point, you'll see Kansas come up. North Carolina is really close to my heart. I've got a lot of agents that want the no wait dental there, and they're telling me that's scheduled for second quarter next year. So sometime next year, you should see Kansas go live.
Perfect. So then if you're in Kansas, you're licensed in Kansas, you'll be able to play with Allstate there. Okay. Also Missouri. Porter asked about Missouri.
Same thing.
Perfect. Awesome.
It's filed. We're waiting approval.
Okay, this is a great question. I love when people ask this because Allstate makes this so simple. Do enrollees need to have social securities in applications?
That's the best question ever. The answer to that question is no. We do not require social security number for any of our products.
Yeah.
Any of them. Yeah. It's
Very
crazy,
helpful.
isn't it? Yeah. So we'll take foreigners, foreign students. We don't care. There is a question that says, is your customer a U.S. citizen? But no matter how you answer it, we still issue the policy.
Love it. Awesome. Nancy asked, why not New York?
New York's a terrible state for insurance products, Nancy. I'm so sorry. Most companies set up a separate company for the state of New York because the regulations are so severe. So if you live in New York, it's a great state, but not for insurance.
Yeah, New York and California, they don't like the private sector. So they don't like to play nice with us. Okay, let's continue moving on here. Cindy says, I'm already appointed with Allstate for PNC. That's a good question there. So here's what we can tell you, Cindy. PNC, totally different license, totally different contract. So here's what I would encourage you to do. You would need a separate appointment contract to sell H&L, health, life, supplements, dental, vision, etc. So if you want, Cindy, just email us. I put that in the bottom of the email. I'll put it in there again. Just email us at agentservices@acmgsales.com and we'll get you set up. That way, Allstate, PNC, and H&L, you'll have the whole portfolio from Allstate. Let's see here. Let's continue moving on here. How do you get licensed to sell these? Larry, same concept. Email us at ACMG Sales, agent services at acmgsales.com. We will get you licensed. We handle all of the back office work for you. So all you have to do is reach out to us. We will do a white glove service to get you licensed, appointed in the states that you like. We'll get you set up with direct pay with a carrier, with the top commission schedule. So just reach out to us, Larry. We'll take care of you there. Put the work on us. That way you only have to sell and make money doing it. Fantastic on implants and dentures. Porter, I totally agree with that. Allstate has a very rich and robust dental benefit there. Let's keep going down here. Policy premiums. I don't know how you want to answer this. That's obviously, Cindy, going to depend on age, if someone uses tobacco, etc. But Cindy asked, what's policy premiums? Phil, do you have a good generic answer for that?
Well, we're going to look at them in a minute as soon as we're done these questions. I've got a quote teed up, so we're going to. It'll make more. All these products will make more sense when we look at them in the quoting software, Cindy.
Perfect. Hang tight, Cindy.
So hang tight. Yep.
We'll give you an example here. Anthony asked, what is considered an expensive surgery? Going back to your tier 1 and tier 2 example, what's considered expensive, Phil?
Heart surgery, open heart surgery. That's expensive. Hemorrhoidectomy, inexpensive surgery. We have a list. If you need to have the list, I actually have it. I'll just put it on the WEO list, Phil.
All right.
A lot of questions today.
We have some good questions.
You got a big group.
Yeah, we have a couple more here. So let's do this question here now. Cindy asked a really good question. I want to take a second on this because could be relevant for anyone else. Cindy asked about leads. We do ACMG. We do have a couple options when it comes to leads. Our top lead vendor that helps you generate leads is our partner Mailbox Power. If anyone is interested in that program, Mailbox Power, just reach out to us. We do have a vendor that helps you generate leads. It's, in my opinion, I've seen them all. So it's extraordinarily cost effective. Very good platform. So Cindy, email us. Anyone else that would like info on our lead programs that we offer, just email us and we'll send you all that information over to you. So let's keep going here. Okay, Anthony, we already answered that there. Okay, something from Renee. This is a height and weight question. I know there's a threshold, Phil, but maybe just clarify. So a 6-foot female cannot weigh over 150 pounds.
So the threshold for short-term medical and our fixed indemnity product called Access, females are approvable under 250 pounds, and males under 300 pounds. Over that threshold, they would be declined, not eligible. Sorry, not eligible.
Perfect. Okay, we're getting
the 150 is well within the approvable bill.
Perfect. Okay, so let's start firing away to a couple of these questions here. We're after this one. I'm going to read what we have remaining on here, and then let's move on to the quote here. Okay, so I'm only going to take the next 4 or 5 questions here. So, are deep cleanings covered under 65 dental plans?
I'll have to put that on the list. I'm not familiar with it. I mean, I understand conceptually what it is, but I don't know. I don't know, but I'll find out.
Clara, we'll get back to you on that. Okay. This is someone asking regarding not needing social security numbers. How about for people who just got in the country and are in an immigration process? Are they able to supplement products?
We don't care. If you breathe air and you're in America and you have a credit card, you're eligible, less any plan that asks health questions. So as long as they can answer the health questions, they have a credit card, they're breathing air, and they're standing on U.S. soil, eligible.
Yep, there you go. Okay, so let's take these last 2 questions here, last 2, 3. Renee and in Macau, I apologize if I pronounce your name incorrectly. Both asked something. What if I'm already contracted with National General and I'm an Allstate financial specialist? So there's a couple things you can do there. If you are a financial specialist, if you don't have if it's just P&C or you're doing investments, that's a different license than health and life. That's going to be your Series 6, Series 7, or your property and casualty license. That's no problem at all. You can just reach out to us in our email and we'll get you contracted to sell health and life. No problem at all. If you do already hold a health and life contract with Allstate, we'll take care of that for you. You can just email us. Phil can testify here too for us. We definitely can guarantee you'll be satisfied with our FMO. We can help you transfer contracts. If you're stuck in a contract now, you want to move over, we'll help you with that process. So we'll definitely help with that. So, okay. Life, health, accident plus 6, you have 6 and 63. Okay, yeah. So just email us. We can help you move that contract over if you like. No pressure, of course, but we can definitely guarantee we'll have great service and you'll be happy with us. So, okay, so let's go ahead and go to the quote.
All right, great. So for those of you who don't know, we do offer short-term medical. Short-term medical is our historic primary product. So we're here. This is our under 65 quoting website. So you'll see we have short-term medical. We also let you folks do for states that participate with the federal marketplace. Like this quote is for Florida. So Florida participates with the federal marketplace. And just so you folks know, we have a direct enrollment right here on our site. So if you're ACA certified, you can do your estimated subsidy right here in the middle of the screen. And these are all the ACA plans from bronze to gold. And I don't even know if they offer platinum plans anymore. The reason that we make these ACA, and there's no redirect to healthcare.gov. The subsidy, the application is all done right here on our website. the reason we make this available is so you folks could add a no waiting period dental, a fixed indemnity, an accident plan, or a critical illness. So you could do both the ACA and the supplement right here all together at our website. So it's super cool. But that's only for states that participate in the federal marketplace. Okay, so when I click dental, you will see here we have this first dental is indemnity dental. It's cash to use any provider, but this is the select dental plan I was telling you folks about. And check this out. This is our richest plan is called Prime. Folks, it's $40 a month. I mean, this is normally like a $50 premium. So I'm going to go ahead and add this to the cart. So this is a female. This is a younger female that we're quoting here. So I'll go ahead and add Select Dental Plus with the vision. Okay. And then earlier I mentioned the dental copay, which is either $50 or $250 for your treatment. This is a $3,000 maximum. This one costs a little bit more because it's a higher max. It does have that 6-month wait. So I pushed in a dental plan into the cart. When I click on the fixed indemnity tab, so this is for you, Cindy. These are the prices for our fixed indemnity medical plan. So you can see there's a value, there's a guarantee issue, and then all the way up into the Enhanced Plus, which is what I was referring to earlier. So I'm going to go ahead and build a plan for this person. We'll go ahead and pick this plan. So they're going to have a health access plan. I'm immediately going to come down here and add a hospital expense protection. This one, I'm only going with the best. That's Plan F. So I'm going to add that to the package. We'll click on the accident tab. So here's Triomed. That's that product I was telling you about. Triomed is guaranteed. These are the 3 guarantee issue options. This does come with that membership in the Life Association, which gives unlimited telemedicine. And an interesting fact, if a single person buys this plan, but they have a family, even though the one person is covered under our plan, the whole family can use that telemedicine benefit. And then these are the 2 Triomeds that are standard issues. They got to answer 3 health history questions, but these are they're a flat $5,000 of accident and then either $15,000 or $30,000 of critical illness. This is the plan enhancer. This is the one I was telling you about. So this is a $2,500 benefit per accident. I mean, dear Lord, we're giving it away at $3.39 a month. It's just crazy. It's crazy. And then you can see the sickness hospitalization rider. And then here where it says CHS, that's cancer, heart, stroke rider. So I'm going to give this person a pretty rich benefit. I'm just going to pick, I don't want to take too much time. I'm just going to pick this $14 plan. So you can see this is a pretty affordable way to protect your customer. And the only thing we ask is don't make the decision for your customer, ask. Okay, so I'm in Florida. We don't have the critical illness approved there, but we do have cancer, heart, and stroke. So I could show you the cancer, heart, and stroke. These plans run anywhere from $25,000 to $75,000. Definitely going to need this with the access plan. And then just a quick plug for our inexpensive term life insurance. I know, everybody wants your term life business. This is $20,000 to $100,000 a face. It's simplify issue. There's no blood, no urine. It's just sitting here. If you're creating a package for someone, you could just add it. All right, so now our package is complete. Let's just take a look at our package. Hang on, now I can't see the package. What happened to the package? All right, well, that's odd. It says I have 6 products in the cart, but I can't see them. All right, well, I don't want to hold you folks up. I mean, if you could see what's here on the right-hand side of the screen, it would be a full boat of benefits, and the whole total premium would be about $350 or less. And this young lady would have a primary health insurance plan, a no waiting period dental plan, a hospital expense protection plan that's cash once per year she's hurt or sick, an accident plan with a cancer, heart, stroke rider, and $100,000 of life insurance. So that's the type of plan and circle of protection that you can create for your customers. Do we have time for any more questions, Phil, or I'll just send you the items in the WEO list and what do you want to do?
Yeah, let's just take, there's a couple questions in here. We can just hit these really quick here.
Okay.
So yeah, Sabrina asked, just to get this earlier, she said she understands that non-citizens are eligible. And she's asking, are claims paid out? Yes.
Yes, we pay our claims. We have a website for all of these products, allstatehealth.com. Customer can download a claim form, staple an itemized bill to it, send it off to us. Some of our plans, especially like the access plan, it doesn't cover pre-existing conditions. So when we receive, most of the time when we receive notice of a claim, we are going to write for doctor records on the access plan. So you definitely want to tell your customer this health insurance works a little bit different than other health insurances because it doesn't cover pre-existing conditions. The company's going to want medical records. So you always just want to let your customer know what to expect and not surprise them.
Awesome. Yeah, exactly. Cindy said awesome rates. I agree. The rates are phenomenal. Again, anyone that doesn't have Allstate in your portfolio right now, trust me, when I say your competitors down the street are enrolling their clients in Allstate, they are. And if you're not, you're losing opportunity here to take care of your clients and build your book. So you're definitely going to want to get set up. Just email us. We'll happily set that up for you. Let's take these last two questions here. This is individual coverage from what I'm gathering. Yes, you're correct. So here's a good question. Is this also available for groups? We had this yesterday.
I'm a screw up. I was about to tell you folks, all of these products are available on a group list bill basis with a minimum of 2 people. So if you have an employer group, an affinity group, an association, with a minimum of 2 people, we can initiate this plan. The list bill is super simple. You send an invite from the back office, which is a little bit of information. The employer fills it out. We issue a list bill number. And then when you go in to do the application, instead of using a credit card, you poke in the list bill ID number.
Perfect. Okay. How long after a heart attack can someone qualify? So let's expand this, not just heart attack, but let's just talk about major pre-existing conditions as well.
Got you. So on the health access, which is simplify issue, meaning check no to the 4 health history questions, we issue the policy. We won't take pregnant women or expectant fathers. We won't take anybody, and this is the last 5 years. We won't take anybody with AIDS or HIV. And then there's a big question that would knock out diabetes, heart, stroke, cancer in the last 5 years. And don't forget, a lot of times when you have a heart attack, you still have follow-up treatment. So even if your physician said, hey, your treatment is over, typically those people still go back for office visits. So you just want to be real careful. It's a 5-year look back for cancer, heart, stroke, big ticket items in the last 5 years.
Perfect. Wonderful. Okay, so let's take this as our last question here. I understand you're pushing for Allstate health subs. Do you offer group health individual plans on a? Okay, so yes. So Mikhail's asking, do we offer actual group commercial plans? Absolutely. Allstate has, I believe, self-funded group plans.
That's correct.
Phil?
Yeah, small group, they call it level funding. So in many states, it's groups of 2+ up to hundreds of lives. And other states like North Carolina, you have to have a 25-person eligible minimum. But yes, we do. We have been selling group medical for almost 20 years in a lot of states like New Jersey and areas where the guarantee issue standard ACA plans are quite expensive.
Yes. So to answer your question there, absolutely, we do sell that. And for individual or group, again, just emails to agent services. We'll get you set up and appointed to sell directly with Allstate. So you'll be good to go there. So, okay. So, well, this last question here, I promise this is the last question here. Porter, who'd your main contact? It's going to be our customer care team. So you can always email myself, you can email Rob, but we have a dedicated customer service team. All you need to do is our agent services. We're looking at that email constantly. So yes, we will be your main contacts. The owner, Rob, and his team, myself, we're happy to help you with all that. Yes, Victoria, I'm going to send that here in a second here. So let's do this here. We'll end on this note. So I'm going to put in here right now. So for anyone, check out the chat box. I put it in there. You'll see contracting. You can email us at agentservices@acmgsales.com. So we'll get you set up there for group, for individual, for short-term medical, for supplements, ancillaries. We will get you taken care of there. So we're going to go ahead. It's 3:01. We're going to go ahead and we're going to wrap up the call. Phil, great presentation. The last 2 days have been a pleasure. Thank you so much for taking time to give this presentation for our current partners and for those that are jumping on the call for the first time. So everybody have a successful week. Friday and the weekend's right around the corner. So work hard, grind, and enjoy the weekend. Phil, take care.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you. Bye now.
See ya.